The 2026 FIFA World Cup is not just another tournament for Brazil. It is a battle for redemption, a mission to reclaim lost pride, and a moment of truth for a nation that once ruled world football with joy and dominance. Because after the heartbreaks of 2018 and 2022, when expectations were high, but the ending was painfully familiar, the Seleção now step into a new era shaped by balance, discipline, and unfinished business, carrying the weight of history while trying to write a new chapter. And this time Brazil arrive not as reckless entertainers, but as a team forged through experience, youth, and intense competition in every position, where no shirt is guaranteed and every player has something to prove. So in today's video, we take a deep look at what Brazil's possible starting lineup could look like at the 2026 World Cup under Carlo Ancelotti, beginning with the man guarding the goal, Alisson Becker, who remains Brazil's undisputed number one thanks to his consistency, leadership, and elite-level performances for Liverpool. Because in high-pressure moments, in knockout games, and in situations where one save can change an entire tournament, Alisson has repeatedly shown why he is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, combining calmness with reflexes and commanding authority inside the box, making him the safest choice between the posts, while in front of him, a position that once caused Brazil endless headaches, the defense, now looks deeper and stronger than it has in years, giving Ancelotti what coaches call a sweet problem, because choosing the best pairing is no longer about survival, but about fine margins, with Marquinhos standing out as the clear first-choice center-back thanks to his leadership, tactical intelligence, and big-game experience with Paris Saint-Germain, and alongside him, Real Madrid's Eder Militao brings pace, physicality, and aggression, forming a balanced partnership capable of handling both high-pressing teams and deep defensive battles, although this spot is far from uncontested, as Arsenal's Gabriel Magalhaes continues to push hard with his dominant aerial ability and defensive consistency, ensuring competition remains fierce right until kickoff, while at right back, Brazil still feel the long shadow left behind by legends like Cafu and Dani Alves, because despite years of searching, a truly world-class successor has yet to emerge. But recently hope has begun to rise around 22-year-old Wesley, whose energy, athleticism, and attacking intent have caught the attention of the coaching staff, making the AS Roma fullback a potential final gamble for Ancelotti in a position that has lacked stability. Whereas on the left side, Brazil enjoy more options, yet Monaco's 28-year-old Enrique appears to be the preferred choice, offering defensive reliability, tactical discipline, and the ability to support attacks without compromising structure, forming a backline that looks far more European in organization than traditional Brazilian flair, which brings us in a midfield, where experience meets intelligence in the form of Casemiro, because despite growing older, he remains a trusted figure in the national setup, still elite in tackling, positioning, and ball recovery. But what makes Casemiro even more important now is his evolution beyond a pure destroyer, as he has become a key figure in the first phase of build-up, using short passes, diagonal switches, and composure under pressure to set the tempo and allow Brazil to transition smoothly from defense to attack. And partnering him in midfield is one of Brazil's most consistent performers of the past 5 years, Bruno Guimarães, the engine of Newcastle United, whose positional awareness, technical control, and vision bring balance and creativity, making him the ideal complement to Casemiro, because while Casemiro protects, Bruno connects, linking defense with attack and maintaining Brazil's positional structure, ensuring the midfield doesn't collapse under pressure. And ahead of them lies the biggest question mark and the biggest hope: Brazil's attacking midfield role, where two names dominate the conversation, Lucas Paqueta and Neymar Jr. But everything depends on Neymar's fitness, because if he arrives at the World Cup healthy, motivated, and physically ready, the creative responsibility will fall squarely on his shoulders. As Brazil's primary playmaker, the man expected to unlock defenses, control rhythm, and carry the emotional heartbeat of the team. Yet if Neymar is unavailable, Paqueta becomes the natural alternative, offering work rate, tactical intelligence, and goal threat, even if he cannot fully replicate Neymar's magic. And further forward, Brazil's attack reflects the modern reality of football, where their biggest stars are products of European systems, with Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo leading the flanks, combining pace, pressing, and positional discipline rather than pure improvisation. While the number 9 role remains Brazil's most fragile concern, because unlike the Ronaldo era, there is no single striker capable of carrying the nation alone, placing more responsibility on collective movement, wide players, and midfield runners. And this is why the 2026 Brazil may look less joyful, but more controlled, less chaotic, but more competitive, a team no longer relying on individual brilliance alone, but on structure, balance, and tactical clarity, raising one final, unavoidable question: can Brazil win the World Cup without fully losing their samba soul? Or will discipline finally succeed where freedom failed? And that is the story that will define Brazil's journey in 2026.